And we're gonna roll in 10.
I wish I had
9,
headphones for that.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Bree Stories.
It's a
What?
Tati.
1 second.
Fuck! No, not 1 second.
Yeah, you're right.
We're going. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl, Bree Stories.
It's a Tati.
And it's MJ and Kid.
We got a guest.
We definitely do.
Not just a guest. We got a special guest.
Special guest.
Here's the thing. You introduced me to yourself as L. Is that what you want us to call you?
El Presto.
Right. Because that's in the name of this episode this
Full
week.
name. El Presto.
But I just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
We are being joined by El Presto, everybody.
Woo!
In this beach, finna get crunk.
Absolutely.
Eyebrows on fleek, the fuck. So, lots of things to get into, theoretically, and we'll get into them after we do a couple of things. The first of which, of course, as always, is to remind the... Don't be like that, Brianna. Cancel. I was going to say remind the 7 of you, but that's
more than 7.
That's negative,
It's
you
more
know.
than 7.
I'm like, half of us are in the room.
Let's just remind a lot of you that it's really important. Our growth is literally in your hands, and by hands I specifically mean your thumbs. So you're holding your phone like this, or maybe like this because you're watching the YouTube and it's long ways. Turn it this way. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that you leave a little comment. Tell me 2 things that you like about my cleavage right now. If you're watching this, 2 things you like about my cleavage.
They can see.
Spoiler alert: my cleavage is not showing. So
I was like, the current.
use your imagination and comment below 2 things that you like about my cleavage. And if you are listening with your ears and not watching with your eyes, please make sure that wherever it is that you're listening, that you are subscribed, that you leave a rating and you leave a review, because that's soups dupes important. And we appreciate you for doing it. Also, we got a little website. It's called yaymash.com. Tati and I, outside of talking with our mouths, we write with our hands. So make sure that you go and you read the things that we write, because we're super talented and we deserve your eyes on it. You know, maybe you could start book clubs exist. Maybe y'all should start an essay club. Maybe you and your local friends, or, the soccer moms in your neighborhood should start an essay club where you just read and review our essays. Wouldn't that be
just
cute?
ours.
Yeah. Well, no one else
You'll
is.
have so much content on the damn
That would be
website.
so good. So, yeah, do that this week. Make your first meeting this week. Get a box of wine.
Start tomorrow.
Have that happen, and then come back and let us know how it went.
Yeah.
Cool.
like that.
In addition to that, I think it's time for us to break some ice.
Okay, El Presto, since you are the guest, you can pick the color. Should I
Oh,
pick
good
blue,
idea.
green, red, or yellow?
Blue, green, red, or yellow. Let's go with red. I feel like that's like in the
Okay.
middle.
Let's do it.
Also,
Everybody
the answer, if we were to ask, what's your favorite Kool-Aid? Red.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's everybody's, right? Tati hates it.
Let me see. You a grape guy?
I was about to say
You're
grape.
a grape
I'm a
girl.
grape
Grape?
guy.
Yeah, grape.
Grape is fire.
Grape is fire.
Grape is fire.
Grape is
Yeah.
fire.
All right.
I'm
Grape
with
is
you when you're
fire.
right.
Grape
I'm
is
with you
fire.
when you're right.
What was the
All right.
worst flavor?
Oh, these are all the deep ones.
I don't think my mama did that. I don't
These
think
are
my mama
all
did that to us.
Gotcha.
I don't think I ever tasted any Kool-Aid that I didn't like.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
true.
usually
I'm really
just red
not
and grape.
fond of red. Is typically like cherry.
Yeah.
and that's really not my. I'm not. a
not your
fan of
shush?
cherry. And I'm not a big
Fruit
fan
punch
of
was red,
orange.
too.
Fruit punch was also red.
That's better than cherry.
Yeah, fruit punch.
And I'm
Fruit
not a
punch
big
is
fan.
better
for sure.
than
of
cherry.
Fruit punch is
orange.
elite.
For
Yeah.
sure.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, y'all talking about grape.
You can't go wrong with fruit punch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, I picked
Yeah.
2 cards.
Count them, 2 cards.
Okay.
Pick one. Tap it.
About to get deep.
Not for you to take.
Oh, same thing. Okay, what are you most worried about
Damn.
with the next generation?
Oh.
Oh, that is tough.
That's good.
Can I
That
go
is-
first?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can.
My like deep worry, and it's not even my business because it's probably not going to affect me. But my deep worry is that our our major reliance on technology and how, because we're so reliant on technology, the newer generation they're not being taught practical skills like how to like write properly or like create a signature or write cursive. And it's like, maybe we live in a world that doesn't matter anymore. That's fine. Yeah. But if all of this shit crashes, I just fear that we haven't instilled enough practicality into the children for them to survive if we are not around for some reason. Like if it was something really weird where everybody born before 95 just vanished, what are these kids gonna do if that happened and there was no internet or no electricity? You know,
that's pretty extreme.
That's scary.
That's a big fact.
Yeah,
I seen that they
technology
took even like
me.
cursive out. Like kids are not even.
They're not even doing.
They don't even know how to use their hands.
Yeah.
That's a
they don't know how to use their hands.
Seriously,
that's a big fear of mine too, as far as the
Just
next generation.
Yeah.
It would be just being so addicted to technology and just not necessarily technology, but just like video games and things of that nature. Just being addicted to it to the point where I know you can make a lot of money for it, and I understand that, but at the standpoint of it just consuming you and you don't know how to do other things,
right?
And transition to other things, and just I see the attention span just going. You know, that's
the key word, attention span.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, that's kind of very close to what mine's is, because mine's is that I feel like because of like technology and the world we live in today, like everything comes like really, really fast at like today's generation. Like they get new music, new restaurants, new everything. Like it's constant, like every single day. And because of that, I feel like the desire for actual quality is like less.
Yeah.
And it's more about quantity or more about pictures or more about you know, just like whatever you see on TikTok, whatever you see on Instagram, like with music, like the quality of music doesn't have to be the same. If it can just be, you know, if it can be a quick, you know, dance or a quick, you know, TikTok number, you know, that's all you need. So I think I worry that in the next 50, 60 years, that just our quality of the things that we consume and purchase is just going to be very low.
Yeah.
Because they don't care.
Everything
They don't really care about the
and
quality.
not more than them not caring, they don't know to care. Like they don't know the difference, and that's
because they only have access to the internet.
That's eerie.
I would agree with all of that, and also add just their communication level. I saw there was a post from a teacher, and it sounded like it was more the black students that were kind of holding this kind of lingo, but she not requiring certain phrases and words used in her classroom, or you will get deducted like a grade and stuff. Like
oh, that's racist.
No. I don't
Which
think
ones?
so. It's like a lot of black,
like Ebonics,
like phoneme and
Ebonics.
gang, like, but saying it in like putting in your essays and giving like class presentations. I think that makes sense.
They really put that in like
they're just talking how they talk to their friends while you're trying to give an educational presentation, like stuff like that. Like if you're talking to it amongst your friends, that's one thing. But she said these things won't be tolerating your assignments. Writing them out, that's ridiculous. I don't think we talking about. Like I wish I had the list because the word.
So they were writing like on phone them.
Talking about on phone them. Paul Revere got on the horse.
Oh my God, I have to find it.
And on Stone, that nigga went like that sort of thing.
Let me say that.
I do feel like it's racist though.
I do allow my students to speak in whatever way they want to speak if they are writing a like a personal you know, like essay or
that's not how it's described.
Narrative.
or
something like that. However, I have had to have discussions about, like, this is a professional, like, in a sense, kind of like setting, and like when you're talking to me, you know, like
it was along those lines too.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be walking in the classroom addressing me or like other adults and saying like, yeah, ganging them and like, you know, like
that's what it was.
To some extent, it's not about what you're saying, but it's just like
where you are.
Kids growing up, you know, like you learn, like, you know, you don't talk to your grandma like that,
right?
Or you don't
address. You should learn,
I was just having a conversation yesterday where a situation occurred where a grandchild was saying to the grandmother, "Bro."
Yeah.
And the grandmother was very offended.
Yeah.
But the child necessarily didn't understand, because if I could say that to my mom, it's just like, bro,
and that's where it
what's
started.
the issue? So I can understand how that can be confusing from the standpoint of,
started young, though.
don't call me bro, but then it's like, if I call my mama bro, why can't I call you bro?
Nah, you shouldn't be calling your mama bro either.
Yeah. But if your mama lets you, but I think there is something to say, especially in a school setting. So in school specifically, you have the unique opportunity to teach a child the difference between settings, right?
Yes.
So what you do at home, and then if you do something to your mom or with your mom, and then when you go to your auntie house, you do the same thing, and your auntie like, what the fuck? Why? Like that's separate. That's still categorized as home stuff. But in the school, teachers have the opportunity to tell a child or teach a child that there are separations of settings. And I get that. However, I found
the list.
Tell us.
Bruh, stand on business. Ooh-wee, ski-yee. You ate that up. That's cap.
I really don't want to.
What's up, gang? Bet.
This is my life.
So they really was saying,
this is literally my life.
So students really say
that? Yes, all day.
But
just
like in essays.
What up, G Wade?
So how do you like?
What up, G Wade? In the
like,
club.
how do you stop it? Is it like a?
Ain't that?
She's saying it's going to affect your grade.
I only say anything if it is in reference, if we are having a discussion where it's like, you're talking to me, or like if I just hear them talking amongst themselves,
that's what I said too.
Whatever.
I'm talking about when it comes to like presenting and
like
writing things, doing schoolwork, being a scholar in a school space, talking to a teacher, talking to a staff member.
I feel like
you ain't saying on hood.
But the thing to I think the thing to teach them is context. Right? Because but this is coming from me. I came from a household that I was allowed to curse. The rule was that I couldn't curse
once a month.
I could curse once a month, but also if I came in the house heated, my mama wasn't gonna she wasn't gonna make me stop what I was saying because I said
heated,
shit.
Though. Yeah, but
you know, but that's context. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like I don't like the idea of an adult just because you're an adult, like halting a kid's train of thought because you're like, I'm grown. You don't talk to me like that. It's like, but it's context. But you teach them like, hey, this is the context in which that is okay and appropriate. These are the contexts in which it is not, and you have to know the difference. And that is one thing that I think that differentiates between. And I barely know shit because I don't really have a lot of kids in my life, like directly. But I think that for me, because like I grew up with we grew up around a lot of hood shit, doing a lot of hood shit, saying a lot of hood shit. But somehow I knew that when I turned 16 and it was time for me to go to Jewel and do an interview, somehow I knew this is not the space.
I think she's saying that they're not doing that.
But that's what I'm saying though. But I'm saying I think that it takes a village to teach children context, especially now because it used to just be an Ebonics thing. Ebonics used to just be the thing. Like, that's it. It's just like, this is just and Ebonics is a language. It is a dialect. And I think that I don't like the argument of whether or not it is appropriate. However, there's also what you just listed out, I would consider like pop culture speak. Like at this point, it's not even Ebonics. It's not coming from a certain sector. It's not coming from a certain region. It's like this is just on the internet, coming from songs. Like on Phonem, like y'all got that from a song. What's up, you? Like that. Those things are just. This is just all dog. TikTok stuff.
What up, twin? Just vibe. Riz. On my dead homies.
So I feel like those things are different, but I also think that the fact still remains that what should be taught is context. Like this doesn't go in an essay.
It said outside the classroom, do what you want.
Yeah, like this doesn't go in an essay. That doesn't make sense. Like this doesn't. You shouldn't talk like that when you're talking to authority figures or when you're trying to get yeah.
But they're not figuring out the difference. So context.
I think one thing that we have to remember too, like with this generation, a lot of times I know, like, as educators, like, sometimes we will try to be lax about certain things because you don't want to stunt a student's creativity or, like, their thought process, or you want them to, if this is the way they know how to express themselves, you allow them. But you can tell the difference when kids will be so caught up in just wanting to say words. Just wanting to say something silly. Like,
so the real conversation is you're being a lame.
Yeah, like it's not.
That's not really you, babe.
This isn't about you don't know another way to say it.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't about like you're just like, oh, like my bad. You know, this is just how I talk. It's not that. You're intentionally like, you know, you can be talking about a book and then you'll be like, so what happened? And they'll be like, yeah, G-Ball and them got shot up and da-da-da-da. You'll be like, that's not like
cool.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
like,
they're like, I'm talking to the teacher, but I'm in earshot of people who I'm trying to impress.
Yeah, like, or you're just saying things to say them. It's not a matter
that's when you tell them
it's not a matter of you not having another way to express yourself or you not understanding. Like, you're just saying it because y'all think it's just fun.
That
it's
makes
just
more sense. I would
to
hope
use.
that's the truth.
I would hope that too.
Yeah, it's just fun to use. So
Right.
that's when a lot of times when you stop them in their tracks and you just kind of be like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're saying right now because I actually gave you the actual words. Like I gave you 3 definitions, and instead of you saying the proper terms, you turned around and made up like, you know, and said something different. So it's like you went out of your way.
I said.
Yeah, it's like you went out of your way to say something else, and that can definitely like, you know, it can like bother you and make you be like, okay, moving on.
You don't like
next
lame,
person.
Tati. It doesn't matter the age. You don't like a lame, no matter how old they are.
No matter how old.
Nobody who isn't a lame likes a lame. You know, so it doesn't matter that they're 12.
That's true.
You're being a fucking therm. You're being
24 and lame.
My student's not lame, y'all.
I just know that my nephew, he probably talks like that amongst his friends, but he wouldn't dare walk in his house and talk to anyone in his house like that.
And I will.
That's the village, though.
That's
part of the
my
village.
daughter,
Yeah,
my
it's part of
nephew,
the
anybody,
village.
do
Yeah.
not say brother to me.
Because it's up to his teachers too.
It
His
is up to
teachers
his teachers.
and like people at school, they also have to like, and I think that's where things get tricky though for kids because we can't put so much on a child. They're developing,
right?
But it's difficult for a kid like the example that you brought up, where it's like at home I call my mama bro all the time, but like things have to kind of be in sync to an extent. Like you have to have someone at home telling you, hey, I'm letting you do this here because I don't give a fuck, but you have to understand. Like my mother told me that, like, y'all can do that shit here because I don't, because my mother didn't have the thought that like, my mother didn't put cursing in the same bucket as like disrespect. That's just not, they just didn't think that. And I don't feel that way either. Like they're words. It's just a word, you know? But my mother made it clear, like, when we get over Mama Harry house, who was my great-grandmother, like, my mother would have, baby, the way I would have got tossed around, if I would have been on that same, if I would have, no matter how heated I am, the way that I came in the house heated, and I was able to tell my mom, like, they was on some bullshit at school, and she just let me get my shit off. If I did that at my Mama Harry house, I would have I would have been knocked between a washer and dryer. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. How do you know that? Like, as far
she
as...
told me.
So your mom's telling you, like, okay, around Mama here.
I need you to know that this is okay here.
Got you.
Around me.
Got you.
And also the emphasis is on around me.
Got you.
Because even if you do it somewhere else, if I'm around, I can at least step in. But like, don't know that you can't just be on your own out in the world,
right?
Just saying whatever the fuck you want to say.
Agreed.
And I understood that, and my brother understood that. Not all kids are the same though.
Yes.
I don't know if I ever got told like in a direct way about something like, you know, you can do this here, but you better not go outside. Like I don't know if I ever got told. So
I don't think I did either.
But somehow you knew.
Yeah, like
somehow.
It was,
but somehow you knew.
Yeah, like it was.
Yeah.
What I got told was not to say, huh? When people call you, and that's what kind of like triggered.
I
like,
couldn't say that in the house.
Yeah, it's like
just me too.
You say yes.
No,
yeah.
You know,
yes, mom.
It didn't
yes,
get as far as like a yes, ma'am. No.
Yeah.
I never got like the you need to approach adults.
Okay.
I've never gotten that.
Or like
but,
as you grow up, you have friends that have like different rules in their house that you don't have in your house. Like my friends never came over my house, and then like say like if they didn't used to have to ask permission to like go outside and stuff, like they could just you know go outside or something. But no, my friends never came to my house and then just walked out the door.
Right.
You know, like
somehow you
like,
just know.
Yeah, like it was like I'm here now. Like so I'm. You know,
was that based on your? Was that based on your
her
parents?
personality? Though.
She walked in and was like, "No, Tammy don't look like."
Was it based off of what?
The energy that your parents gave, like in the household.
I would say so.
Like they knew they couldn't do that over there.
I think so. I think you always go into rooms and you can temperature check. Like you can feel the vibes, you can feel the energy.
But not everybody. Some people can't.
They gotta get checked.
And also, like, there are other things too, though. Like this conversation can get way deeper because then there are other things where, like, certain mental uniquenesses. I'm gonna use the word uniquenesses instead of disabilities, but like certain mental uniquenesses might have you to not have the same social cues as everybody else, where people just don't know, like it doesn't even cross their mind.
Your upbringing
to like do that temperature check thing or be like, maybe I can't do that over here. Like that doesn't, you know. So it's like it's a whole thing, and I think ultimately we all. And I tip my hat off to teachers and administrators because I do think that it's really, really important that we treat people as individuals for that very reason.
Right.
And I know how hard that is because it's like, as a blanket statement, I should just be able to tell these niggas not to fucking curse in here, you know? But like, anywho,
that's probably why that teacher came up with the rule that she came up with.
Like
I would hope because at this stage in the game, say if like you know it's tricky. January now. You have learned your students by now, so it's like you know the ones. It's like you know the ones that
it's not
genuinely don't know any better, and you know the ones that are just
trying to be cool.
Yeah, so it's like you can tell. So at this point, you are coming up with the rules where you're like, hey, don't do this no more. You can't say this no more. I'm marking out points. I'm doing this because we've spent time together now.
Yeah,
we know each other.
Yeah,
I like.
And, and perhaps you have a parent teacher conference or two under your belt, and so you know, like, okay, this isn't like it's not like, giving that because I was just talking to my partner about a friend that I had in elementary, middle, and high school, and it wasn't until middle school that I started spending the night at her house, and I was like, you're faking. You're being a fake girl at school. Nobody in your house talks like this. It was annoying. One of the things, and if she ever looks at this, and she probably doesn't, but if she ever did, she'll know I'm talking about her. But like one of the things that used to
giving straight
she used to
ATM.
always
I was
like,
just about to say that. Like she was acting like Nunu.
Yes.
Acting like Nunu.
But like one of the biggest things that used to piss me off the most, she would always be like, in her, with an N.
Nobody even do that for real, babe.
When I spent the night at her house,
and
what's
just the real word? Hurt. And she would say hurt. I didn't even know what the real word was.
And when I first heard it, it didn't like bother me. I just was like, you know, whatever. First of all, I'm 11, whatever. But like then I go spend the night at her house, and I realized that like this isn't a cultural thing. This isn't happening. What the fuck are you doing?
Like y'all not even ghetto.
Like you're just trying to be cute. Like you're just trying which I get. Like I understand that phase in life.
Ghetto is cute. Drives me insane.
Trying to be cool.
It was annoying
because there was some boy that got other girls' attention. She was like, "Well, I want to get his attention too."
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how it starts, but I understand. I understand it, but I just remember being like, "Yuck!" Like what the fuck, you know?
Yuck.
But anywho,
like, what the fuck?
We should have a conversation about. We should do a podcast episode about like code switching and stuff like that.
Because it is code switching.
Because it's a thing.
It's a real thing.
Anywho.
Yeah, that was a great check.
Good icebreaker.
Good icebreaker.
Thank you for that. That was you. Your magic touch. You picked a good card. Let's check in. Who would like to start?
I'll check. I'll check in.
Check.
Physically, I'm warming my temple.
Man.
Emotionally, currently I feel joy.
Yeah.
Outside of the current state, it's a little overwhelming. It'll get better though.
Always.
And then my attention is on. I probably have to keep saying it until it happens. Super Bowl. Well, not even just Super Bowl. Now that Brianna put out her invites, it's the weekend. That weekend.
Yeah.
All the things.
That's a lit weekend. I ain't
So
going to work that Monday.
Y'all gonna keep hearing me say that until we pass that point.
No.
And spiritually, I feel grateful. Yeah.
Physically.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
Physically, I'm ashamed to say I'm a little drunk. That wasn't
a shame.
Because that wasn't the intention, you know? There's nothing worse than realizing you're drunk when, like, you came into it being like, I'm just going to have a little, you know? Like, I completely did not plan to be drunk, and now that I'm like, you're kind of drunk.
It could be a little worse if it was like just
it could be
you
a little worse.
I mean, only if it was like you and one person drinking the bottle, but we all was kind of like.
Yeah, no, we tapped that bottle.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
Saying, so it's not bad.
Yeah, it could. Yes,
look, it's not bad. Don't be shameful.
Worse?
Don't be ashamed.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, ugh, Brianna, this wasn't, you know, but it's okay because I'm celebrating. By the time y'all are seeing this, it's a couple days after, but right now is literally the very first day of Aquarius season, so I'm in my L.
Congrats, Aquarius.
play on words. I'm in my L lament. So that's physically. Emotionally, I'm feeling emotionally, I'm feeling joy. I had a very flustered week.
Yeah.
And very interesting breakthrough in therapy, which is crazy that I'm 6 years into therapy and still having like realizations of like, I never knew that about myself.
It's the journey.
Yeah, I love that.
It's the journey.
It's exhausting,
Up
but
and down like a roller
I'm not this
coaster.
like a roller coaster. I be wanting to just go and because I fuck with my therapist. I think she's like super cool and very cute.
I love that you fuck with your therapist.
And
Y'all been riding for a long
just be hoping
time.
like that I could just get in there sometime and just like kind of kiki a little bit, you know, just be like, yeah, it's been an okay week, you know, just like talk light. But then it's like.
The deep stuff.
It's like, girl, those weren't whoopings. It was abuse. It was just so much. It's just so much, you know? So that's that. So emotionally, I'm feeling good after a very, very anxious and flustered week. My attention is currently on the things, babe. We're doing it. Yesterday, I tried on my number, my little piece for my birthday shoot.
Absolutely. How we feeling?
Pleasantly.
Oh,
Did you get it from Vicky?
Simone Pleasantly?
I did not.
You did not?
She got it from Savage.
I did not.
Whoa.
Oh.
I know.
You got it from Adore Me.
And it looks and like it fits, which was like all I really cared about. But then once it was on, I was like, now we're kind of in like a new territory as far as like the theme. But we got props coming. I've ordered them. They're on the way. So like we're
What day are they coming?
Tuesday.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, so I'm like, so the ball is rolling. The ball is rolling. So
Okay,
that's
good.
happening. So yeah, my attention is definitely on that, and just we're in the swing of it. The invites are out. I can't turn back now. We're gonna celebrate my birthday this year. We're gonna do
We're
it.
celebrating it.
So that's happening. And spiritually, I'm at a turning point in my life. I've decided to convert my spirituality, and I am now in the religion of me. And I will be worshiping myself from this day forward until further notice. So,
Absolutely.
Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Time.
Basically, I feel an itch on my back.
I love that for you. Such good body awareness.
My goodness.
Emotionally, I feel joy. I also feel tired.
Yes, fatigue is also an
Yeah.
emotion.
For sure. My attention is also on Super Bowl, Valentine's, Bree's birthday weekend, so many things.
Yeah.
It's just a fun time coming up. I'm ready for that. It's also going to be the next time that I take off of work. So, like, I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I be counting down. Like, I went to work for 3 days last week. I thought it was 3 months. I was like, whew. On Friday, I was like, ooh. Y'all, I be talking to my kids. I be like, I'm tired of y'all too. Like,
I'm also tired.
we be on the same page. And spiritually, I feel guided.
I love that. Elle, how are you feeling physically, Elle?
Physically, I am feeling. I'm feeling good. I've been kind of doing no sugar and just been disciplined with my eating, so I'm feeling good right now.
I love that.
Staying consistent with the gym and everything, so I'm feeling good.
Absolutely.
Wow. And how are you feeling emotionally?
Emotionally, I'm a little mixed. My granddad passed yesterday, so that's a little mixture. Just far as my pops and everything. That was my dad's dead. So just mixed. Far as I went to go see my dad yesterday, and he was a little mixed. He cool.
Yeah.
So, but still, I'm like, you cool, but he ain't really.
Men are interesting.
Yeah, we not. And I'm saying it to myself like it's kind of weird, just because of I don't really know. So mix as far as that, and then just just life. Life is always life, and despite whatever we trying to do. So
every time,
different emotions. My mom, at the same time, my dad is experiencing a passing My mom is like getting excited because she just passed her yoga instruction. So she's
Oh,
gonna be
hell
like
yeah.
instruction at core power and different practices, whatever she want to do, because she could do it wherever. But
Absolutely.
I love
so
that.
just different emotions, because it's like success at one time and then somebody's dealing with death in the same, you know. So just mix.
But in the spiritual realm, they're one and the same.
Absolutely.
They are two sides of the very same card.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that for you.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And what is your attention currently on?
My attention is on. On Presto Productions, and just far as as far as crafting. Been in the studio all week, waiting on a feature from some artists, and just building, connecting musically.
It's gonna happen.
That's what my attention is really on. So
yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're in the room where it happens.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening. I'm here with you guys, so it's happening. It's definitely happening.
How are you feeling spiritually?
Spiritually, I'm feeling good. I definitely could be better spiritually. Just always could be better in that aspect, but I'm feeling good.
When you say better, do you mean what? Tell me what you mean when you say you can be better.
I just feel I'm a man of God, so I feel like I could always be better in that aspect and giving more attention to him. I'm sitting here talking about my music and artists or whatever, but that's always for first. But sometimes you get a little distracted and not putting that as the first priority. But absolutely, I could always be better than that. I
like to believe that all those things are of God, though.
Absolutely.
And I think that when you get a just like, because I think some people have talents and passions that are a little more elusive, and they got to like feel their way through life to figure it out. When you have a talent that is as clear as like music and music production and music creation, and then you have a passion towards it to match it, and then you fulfill it, you are absolutely honoring God by doing that.
That's your purpose.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
That makes me happy. That's a really good way to start this conversation. Let's get into the mess.
The mess is crazy.
So, yay!
The cards.
It's a party. Oh, that's the cards?
Yeah.
I thought it was a...
Oh, the cup.
Oh, just the cup. Was there a drink in it? Yeah. Because if there was a drink in it, then it's a real party now.
There's still a little in here, though.
Everybody knows that if you spill a drink, that means it's really happening.
That means we need more.
I started to bring 2 bottles, and I literally was like, Brianna, you're being ridiculous.
You should have said something to me. I would have did the things.
What time is it? I can order. Somebody can deliver it to us. We live in the this century now.
That's true.
I would give you money for that. So,
anywho, so here's the thing. Let's get into you first, because I have a lot of things in my brain.
Yeah, because we have El Presto here.
We do have El Presto here. So first of all, let's just get into like just the origins.
Okay.
Set the scenery. You're born.
From the beginning.
Okay.
You open your eyes, you see lights and a doctor. What happens next?
I am coming out of my mom's cooch, and I am saying I'm here.
Well, also, what day is it?
December 4th.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
Wow, that's fantastic.
A Sagittarius.
What a great day.
Yep.
And Jay-Z's birthday.
I'm about to say a true artist.
This is I always say, like, damn, I want to be as big as I can be, but I'm always going to be struggling with, like, Jay-Z's birthday.
You don't have to.
You don't have to struggle with it.
Like, it doesn't have to be a struggle. It has to just be like, I'm in good fucking company.
Yeah.
It's you. I know.
I mean, we don't have to focus on Jay-Z.
But it's you. It's you. It's yours.
Right. What do you mean?
It's you. It's yours.
I think it's a very
I know what you mean.
I think it's a very
as
talented day.
I hate to be booked with. I hate to be like in the same thing with other people. So I get what you mean.
My dad is Aquarius.
I love that for him. Well.
Well,
I love that for him. I don't know if I like it for his partners. What's his romantic life like?
We don't have to get in.
He was with my mom for a while. They separated. What's after Aquarius? Like, they both got February birthdays.
Oh, she's a Pisces.
Yikes.
Oh.
Pisces, Aquarius. I don't know as much about.
No, but she's a woman. Pisces women.
Oh, wow.
Pisces
Yeah, you're right.
Women,
You're right.
Erica Badu, Janae Aiko.
Yeah, you're right. Rihanna.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense that at this
Women.
stage in her life,
I like Pisces.
She's created. She's
No, you
completed
don't.
her
She's
yoga.
completed,
No, you don't.
She's a nutritionist
The
now
March
and a yoga.
ones.
That's so
Both.
Pisces
That's
of her.
different.
March.
I love
March.
that for her.
She
Male
like something's
Pisces.
next too. She's just
So
gonna keep going.
what? So what's the date? February what? For your mom?
26.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 26. 26.
Not the, and,
She's
and she was
fantastic.
waiting her hair. Oh my god.
She's a very
What-
fantastic Pisces woman. Nothing.
She's
Nothing at
what is
all.
that? Like as far as like what's her date? I don't.
It's just her day.
Okay.
Yeah, as for her.
As far as we're concerned,
She's gonna watch this and be so happy to say it's her day.
it's her
It
day.
literally is for her.
And we're very
only.
much looking forward to it. And then your dad is February the 15th.
15.
So everybody's birthday
So
is
here's
coming
the thing
up.
about
Ooh,
a-
y'all had a intense house. That's a lot of close birthdays.
Yeah, and
No,
Aquarius
it wasn't
men
big,
are
like,
abysmal.
Birthday.
What happened?
We wasn't really big. Like that's even new for me.
Oh,
Like I don't really
really?
celebrate
You
that.
weren't Jehovah's Witness,
No,
were you? Okay.
definitely Christian household,
But just kind of
just not
not
like
into
it's just
it.
like, yeah.
Oh, I
Thank
love
God
a
we
birthday.
made another day, but not like a.
So do you
That's
have a favorite birthday celebration? And if so, tell us.
That's a good one.
No, I mean I could think I would say
Damn,
my fifth or sixth
no.
birthday when I'm sitting in my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle chair and like my
Her.
birthday. It was that
Vibes.
definitely. I had a Teenage Mutant
That sounds like
Turtle
peace.
birthday party.
It sounds like peace.
That was fire.
That sounds like
Did y'all
you're
have
like
pizza?
perhaps the last time you enjoyed yourself.
I
Because
don't,
it's not a
cake.
Ninja Turtles
We
birthday
definitely had
without
pizza. Definitely,
Okay.
Pizza
Yeah,
and cake.
Ninja Turtles has to have pizza,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I love that. Okay, so anyway, so your actual origins. So we did your origins as a person. We know both of your parents' signs and birthdays, and yours.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell us a little bit about your origins as an artist.
Ooh, my origins as an
Can
artist.
we all do our origins as an artist? I love that.
I would love to
actually.
hear. My origins as an artist, I would probably say it's always been
Yeah.
there since
Okay.
I can remember back. I got pictures of like me in headphones and listening to music and etc. But
Oh, that's fun.
Oh.
just always just as a thing. But I was a basketball player, so
Oh.
I didn't really step into music fully until I was like, recent years. But I was it's
What's
always been
recent?
music and basketball.
So what's your first love? First love, basketball or music?
Basketball.
Basketball.
That's
Okay.
Basketball.
So you played basketball
time.
in
I
high
played
school,
basketball, high school, college, a little pro.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, I've always was basketball.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
But I've
amazing.
always loved music,
Yeah.
always. But I didn't know how much I loved it. It's just always been a thing.
Okay.
You know?
So you said recently. How recent is recent that you've kind of like really started to?
When I got really serious about music, I would say 2018.
Wow. So truly recent.
Yeah, 2018. When I really was like, all right, I am El Presto.
Were
Yeah.
you done playing basketball
I
at
was
that
done ball.
point?
I was
Okay.
done ball.
What was
your
the
last
catalyst?
year?
Oh,
Sorry. What was your last year playing basketball?
Seriously, my last year, I probably was like, when I say 2014.
Okay.
After that, I'm trying to do like a podcasting with a friend, but I just want to do the music. I'm like at the beginning stages of podcasting and things of that nature, but it was hard that's what I understand. It was hard the consistency. So we would shoot
Yeah.
episodes and do this, but I'm only wanting to do this because music. It's like, I just want to do the music. I just want to do the.
and then that's what led you to that. So what was the actual catalyst in 2018 that was like, I am El Presto?
That's a great question. I am sitting in my dad's basement. I'm making music every day. I'm done with ball. I don't really know what I'm about to do as far as life because I know ball is over.
Yeah.
But I know like something is brewing. But mind you, as far as college injuries and overseas, I will have my computer with me, and after practice, I would just be playing. But it was still just for fun. It wasn't like serious. It's just just for fun. So I'm back at the crib. I was staying in the city. Got put out of there. I'm back at the crib in my daddy basement in the room, and I'm just like, I'm loving it now. This is like a passion. So I'm just working on beats every day, and then. To be honest, one day I'm just on the back porch by myself, and I swear, like God was just like, go look up Presto. I promise you. So I was like, Presto. So I literally went downstairs off the back porch, went to go look up the word Presto, and it had two meanings as far as a slow, moderate pace, as far as a beat, and then just to come out of nowhere like a magician.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh damn, like I make beats, like I and then
Yeah.
don't nobody know this is what I do. It's like it's like I'm like a magician.
Oh, wow.
And
amazing.
my real name is Elliot, so it was like
Oh,
Elliot.
Presto, and then
wow.
yeah, that was like for real.
The
like,
alignment.
yeah, like I wish I could make it up, but I was literally on the back porch, chilling one day in the summertime, and was like, go downstairs and look up the word Presto, like just like that. Yes. And yeah, here we are.
I love that came to you on your own, because that made me think about Yamash, which is our parent company here, and that didn't come up really on my own, but it was through a friend. But I also still credit that to like God, like God spoke through me of just like, because I was trying to think of names, and she was just like I don't even remember. It was Kwani. Shout out to Kwani. Yes. I don't even remember what she said, but whatever she said, I called my mom Yayo, and we always call my grandmother Mamash. Okay. And I looked up the word Mamash, and in Yiddish it means the word true. Mm-hmm. And then Yayo is mother. Okay. Well, Yeye is mother in Swahili. And I was like, oh, mother of truth?
Yeah.
You know? And I put them both together. Like that actually, I love origins of names specifically. Yeah. That's amazing. And
so it had real meanings. Because it's like, oh, nobody knows me for this. Right. I'm literally doing a whole transition because I have
completely, because you've been balling this whole time.
I have nothing in that. And then,
wow.
Yeah.
How was your support system when you, because basketball and music are both very hard fields to get excel in. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, it's both, you know, it's always like this 1 in a million, you know, absolutely. Like chance. So when you came to your family and friends and you're like, okay, basketball is done, now I'm gonna be a musician. You know, like
that's not tough at all, because that's nobody believe.
So nobody
for both.
Well, realistically, say for instance, if you're not going to a point where you're going to the NBA,
right?
Okay, then after the NBA, it's overseas. Mm-hmm. But then it's levels of overseas as well. So you might have an overseas level if you make 100,000. Then you might have an overseas level like, bro, you could just go ahead and go home and get a regular job. Yeah, that's real. But you're still chasing the dream of like basketball.
Right.
So you separate from that, and then you're done with that. It's like, all right, what do I really have my 2 feet to stand on?
Yeah.
My reality in the situation is like, man, it's not. It's just fun, because it's like anybody could just get a computer and just start trying some. But it's like, man, I love this. I'm spending hours and hours just as if I was trying to make it to the NBA. Like I'm spending hours and just locked up in a room. But just say, for instance, at the time of my dad, from his lens, it might look like you need to find out what you about to do. Like you finna turn 30, like. You need to figure out like what you finna do, and it's like, dang, this is what I'm finna do. This is what I'm thinking, but it ain't making no money or nothing. You just making noise in my house. Like you grown, you need to move around. At first,
it's not noise.
No, just kidding. That's how you feeling. You up at night and boom, and he asking you questions like, why you making music at night, bro? Like you got all day to be working on music.
Ideas are flowing.
Yeah,
but it's like you don't know. I'm just in the mood. I'm just in the
that creativity is flowing.
So all of that, you don't. Nobody really believing until some stuff starts
until
brewing.
Something happens.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a lot to be said about that too, because I think too, in the conversation of which we'll probably talk about in a later episode about me deciding that my new religion is myself. I think that it's because there's absolutely nothing that we can control outside of ourselves. And for a lot of us, we need that. And for the people who need that, you'll never get anywhere. You'll never progress if you need everything and everyone around you to like line up perfectly and be on the same accord.
Absolutely.
You'll never get anywhere.
Absolutely.
And it's like you have to absolutely have something in you that you can hear someone be like, what does that even mean? Or what are you talking about? But you still be like, I'm going to keep at it anyway. Right. You know, even when nothing's happening.
That's
tough. Hi, Away with Words, the podcast.
Right. No, that's the toughest thing, to just keep going in those
just keep
moments.
Doing it anyway.
I'm looking back at footage the other day of like, I was praying to be in situations where I'm working with artists or I'm waiting on features. Yeah. And now I'm in this position that it's starting to happen. I'm just looking back a couple years ago. It's like, man, the only reason I was even doing anything is like I don't have nobody to rap or sing on my stuff. So it's like, it's just a process.
I was just about to ask, do you have friends that are musicians or rappers?
I stepped into a world like literally I don't have no connections, nobody. Okay. I wish I could just have a friend like, all right, bro, we finna do this. We finna started from the bottom, now we here. Like, nah, it was just completely like, this is God telling you this is your passion, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Now figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm put this on your heart to do, but now you got to figure it out. And while you're figuring it out, I'm going to bless you to let you know this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So if I get a placement here, or if I get a placement here,
Yeah.
without no connection, still it's like, all right, God, just ordering my steps to keep believing, just keep working.
And that's a different level of strength, because as much as, you know, people come on our platform and they always, you know, congratulate us for like our longevity and stuff, but I'm like, you know, I lean on everybody so much. You know, part of the drive to come every day is because
being a part of a team.
Because Michael's here.
Yeah,
you know, if it was
real.
just me,
And that's tough. But you know what?
I don't know how many times I might have called off on myself.
That's really real.
That's
like,
really
real.
That's when
That's real.
the sports background come in. It come into help as far as just
that's true.
The constant, like, you know, you used to, as far as my dad raising me, and both of my parents raised me, but just as far as the sports background, consistency, and not really being able to take off quick, you transform that same mindset into music. So
anything
like,
else you
can
take,
anything.
and that's the thing too about alignment. And I think we talked about this on one of the episodes where I was asking y'all, like, what in your childhood let you know that like what you're doing now was meant to be. Ooh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's stuff like that. That's what it is. It's like we don't see it in the moments, in the minute moments. We don't understand how everything kind of comes together. But you being so entrenched in the world of basketball and having to learn how to be consistent, having to learn repetition, having to learn how to fail, having to learn all of these things set you up for this thing.
Yeah, because it's like you said, it's definitely tough because you don't have a group, you don't have a family, you don't have a nest that's like go. You kind of just like every day, you know.
And
but
you have to muster that up yourself. But you had it because of all of the years of training that you've done for something else.
Absolutely, and then
that's crazy.
I love that you said that because I'm very big on kids being in sports or being in something because it definitely does teach
foundation,
discipline. You know, it teaches you to learn that like everybody else may be waking up tomorrow and they about to go outside and play, but you got to go to practice. You know, you got a game first. You have to learn a routine first, or you have to learn a play first before you can go do what you do. And as you get older and you get into the workforce and all this stuff, like that stuff like carries, like it goes with you.
I feel like I had a cheat code a little bit too because my dad played ball. So he played college. He played pro as well. So it's one of those things where it's not a lot of stuff I could get past because he did it. So it's like, if you want to do this, I've done it. So you just got to fall in line or move around. This ain't serious.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
if you don't take it serious.
That's
definitely something that I've always, it's not my regret to have, but I've always regretted that my mom never emphasized, like, you have to stick to something. And I do appreciate that she let me try everything, but as soon as I got tired of it for whatever kiddie reason, like, you know, it wasn't probably like a real reason, she would just let me quit. And because of it, that's something I talk about it in therapy.
As far as like say for instance you were doing ballerina, which if you was just like, I'm tired of this, mom, in that season she would allow you to see, like, nah, it's like,
I went to softball. I went to 2 practices and I came home and I was like, I don't want to do that. And she was like, well, the pictures are in 2 weeks from now. You got to go to these practices until I get my picture. Gotcha. And then she let me quit. And then several things.
Gotcha.
Several things. Even like, and then when I was doing cheerleading, and cheerleading was the first thing that I did that I felt like, oh, I like this. I probably still do this. And I probably would have been, even though they don't make any money, but I probably would have done like NFL level cheerleading in my adult life, honestly, because like that was the first thing that I was like, oh, I love doing this. But then I stopped doing it to sing.
Gotcha.
And then the singing group broke up, and then instead of
but
my mama being like,
discipline, though.
my mother wasn't like, she wasn't like, you got to do something. After that broke off, I just lost my virginity, started fucking around. You know, something else. Just, but see,
that was
consistent in that.
Talk about new sport.
That's why
I became a professional body catcher. So yeah,
oh
but
gosh, not a body catcher. Wow.
But no, I think that is very important. But no, because as an adult though, I talk to my therapist about how much discipline I lack. But I do also still think that our lives are lined up in very miraculous ways because I live a life that, this sounds crazy, but the things that I've achieved have not taken a lot of discipline out of me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like, things happen to me in miraculous ways.
Gotcha.
And I don't feel like, I got to make sure. There's no grunt to it. And my therapist is always trying to tell me, shout out to my therapist, you're getting a lot today. You're getting a lot of airtime. But, like, she's always telling me to shift my perspective because she was like, I think you do a lot of hard work. And I was like, but I don't see it as, I don't do things that are hard until they don't feel hard anymore.
Gotcha.
Because there are lots of things that I'm like,
damn.
I don't want to do that. That feels hard.
With that
but then
too.
at some point, I end up going ahead and doing it. But at that point, it doesn't feel hard anymore.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't have that grit, like that gym grit. Them bitch, Michael McGee
I
grit.
do like that.
And them bitches that be in the gym grit, Tati grit. I don't have that. Yeah, I love when you do that. As soon as my brain says I don't like this,
Yeah.
this is uncomfortable, this doesn't feel good, I'd be like,
You
hey,
think you
babe.
could get that?
I think I had to shift my mindset when it came
But
to the gym.
You don't get it?
And I think it's like you said, though, when you said you don't do things that are hard until they're not
Until they
hard
don't
anymore.
feel hard
and
anymore.
I think, especially when it comes to, like, the gym and exercise and working out and dieting and all that stuff, I mean, I do push through, like, because it is hard, like, in the beginning. But I feel like when you're extremely consistent with that type of stuff, it's because it's not hard anymore.
Right.
It's because it is
Exactly,
just a part.
Tati.
It's not, I'm not going a year straight in the gym and waking up every day like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it's
become
like,
habit.
Right.
yeah, like, it literally, it's
But
not
I think
hard
that's the
anymore. It
reason why
becomes
when
routine.
people commend us on our consistency here, I'm
Right,
like, oh, thank you for saying that because I'm not even thinking about
Y'all
that.
just
When
doing
we do this, we've been doing it for seven
7
years
straight.
now.
It's such a
It's
routine.
like, thank you. I don't even think about it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but if at any point I felt like this is too hard,
You done?
I was gonna say, yeah, just it's too hard or it doesn't feel good or whatever. That
No,
should
it'd
be
be hard
good.
before I get here. Cause like on Saturdays, Sundays, I'll be waking up and I'll be like,
But that's
oh.
because of your
I
like the
would love
contents
to
of the
just
rest of
stay
your
in
life.
this
I
bed.
completely get it. When you say that, I'd be like, yeah, girl.
Like, I would
Because you
love
got
to just
a person
not-
there 24/7. You got to teach other kids. You go to work. You go to school.
Right.
I
I'd be
couldn't
like, woo.
Sleeping in
imagine.
sound good, right?
And the
Man.
fact that I'm like the spearhead of this operation, like it's not lost on me that if I say, like, hey, let's not do this. Like, no one is really, like, y'all might ask why. Michael
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, it's
Michael
like, what's
specifically
going on?
might call me and be like, what's going on? Or, like, what can we do? Or, like, you know, he might try to, like, judge it. But ultimately, I know that if I say, like, we're just not going to, I know that it kind of rests on me to a certain extent.
We'll be like,
but
you'll be like, I'm thinking maybe we'll skip this week. Everybody be like, sounds great to me. I'm like, bet it up.
But like, yeah,
No
but
problem.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. But like, my life in my life has gotten like I be tired, and I don't know what the fuck that's about. I don't have any kids. I got a cat now. Shout out to Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Shout out to
I'm
Sebastian.
gonna tell y'all
Jodeci.
about this cat.
Kids, too.
I'm gonna tell y'all about this cat because y'all know
Uh-oh.
I don't like cats. But I'm gonna let y'all finish.
No, you go ahead.
I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Okay,
Do
I'm
you
gonna
like
tell y'all
cats?
about this
Do
cat.
you like cats?
He does not.
No.
It's okay.
So I
okay.
do not like cats. Y'all know I don't like cats. And then y'all know Bree went and got a cat.
I did.
And so like I haven't been to her house since she got the cat.
At all.
Like
So
Been
why
almost
don't
a
you
year.
like cats?
I just never have.
See, I had
I've always been
experience, so-
afraid of them.
Why?
I've
though?
always
Yeah, I'm about
Is
to
it
say.
too sneaky?
Why?
Yes, it's their mannerisms.
Me
Their I never saw them as
It's the fact that they control
loving
themselves.
necessarily.
Yeah.
People don't like that cats
You can't control a
themselves.
thing about a
You
damn
really
cat.
don't even need me. For
Yeah,
real.
they're,
Just here.
they're
That's what I love about
standoffish. You
That's
know,
what I
it's
love about
just too. Never felt comfortable.
So what
never
about
felt safe.
Bash?
So
Sebastian Joe.
went to her house, right? And I completely forgot about the cat actually, like on the way there. And then as I'm going up the elevator, I'm like, oh, she got a damn cat. And I come up there, and me being me, I come in this place, and I just want to be. I had this moment. I was like, no, you're gonna be supportive best friend, and you're gonna try to not be afraid or like not dislike this cat, right? You know, I went to try to pet this damn cat. The cat scratched me
Ooh.
instantly.
I don't think
Instant-
you had
but-
to ignore him
How,
first.
but how many times has Tati heard me say,
Yeah.
I don't have the type of cat
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I even go into the world and being like, no, he's I don't even do that. My cat is
But
a
I just
psychopath.
wanted to put, you know how they, like how animals can sense,
crazy.
like
Yeah.
can sense a person's vibe. So
You
in
gotta
my
be confident,
mind,
but you have to ignore him.
in my mind, I'm like, I'm just gonna go into this best foot forward.
I acknowledge him.
What's up, Sebastian?
I acknowledge
We
him
cool.
verbally first.
Yeah.
And I put my things down. I like talk to the humans in the room.
Yes.
And then I give him eye contact.
You gotta
He be
give
like,
him a.
how are you? How are
I
you
did
doing?
this.
So he's
did
the opposite
That
of
nigga
Graham.
said-
Opposite of Graham.
Opposite of Graham.
Opposite.
You have
Graham
to, like,
needs to
you have
used
to
to
tell
see him
like,
first.
Yes, you have to tell Graham like, hey, let them come to you.
He's being such a good boy.
Sebastian is like, Sebastian will come to you if he wants.
If he wants
and
to.
if he does want, he'll be chill.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want,
It's like,
And
I don't
even-
want you in my space.
and it's not even malicious.
It's not. He's just playing,
honestly,
but it's
the,
like,
the real issue is how sharp and long his claws are.
that's the issue.
But
Did he
that
get
would
you
have been
good?
playful.
No, I wasn't.
No, he was really just trying to touch her.
Okay.
He was really
He
like,
was
oh,
like, no, he was
he was
really
kind
just-
he was like,
just
oh,
talking.
Yeah, he was like, oh, she came to me. Like he was really into it, but
He's
I
just
don't.
sharp with them
so
claws.
I adopted an adult cat.
Okay.
He's 8.
Okay.
So
Is
by
that
the-
like the same as like cat years, or is it?
I think cat and dog years are
I think they are the same. I think they
Yeah.
are the same.
So he's 8.
Okay.
I do not feel comfortable declining an adult cat. I don't feel comfortable declining a cat. Period. That doesn't feel humane.
So when you say decline, like putting them down?
no, decline
Oh,
like
taking
the
their
nails.
claws.
Taking
Taking
their
their
nails
nails.
out.
But can
Why do
you
you
just
feel
follow
that?
them, right?
She can do that.
who?
Like
You
I'm saying,
have
like,
to.
do you ever take him
Who?
to get like groomed? Or
Maybe a
anything?
cat is
I'm
fine.
saying, like, at the
I have to
groomer.
figure out a way to do that.
You have
Here's
to.
the thing about groomers, though. We can get into that too at some
They
point.
don't do that like at PetSmart.
Dogs,
They do. Yeah.
dogs get much better treatment
I agree.
in the world than cats do.
I agree.
Because it's been very difficult for me to find a place where I could just take my cat because most places only cater to dogs in that way.
But is it based on like just how cats are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's like and also I need to know that where I take my cat, they know cats and they like cats and they understand, because Sebastian's not going for none of the shit. Like I honestly feel like Sebastian will probably have to be sedated
Oh.
for them to like be able to have him calm long enough to really take care of his claws. So anyway, that's a whole nother
Good
story.
question. Can a male cat be a pussy?
Yes.
Okay. I just
Because
know.
I think that pussy and pussy cat are different.
Okay.
And cats
Puss
are
in
pussy
Boots.
cats.
Puss
Puss in Boots is a
He
male
was a
cat.
pussy cat.
He is a cat that.
Someone's
Hey,
coming.
we got a visitor.
Oh,
What's up,
right.
buddy?
He said right
He's
to
coming
the
to
right.
the one he doesn't know
the
the
most
most.
strange one
Yeah,
is
you
who
don't
you
know
came
him.
to.
You're not gonna be able to stay over there,
Anyway,
sweetie.
so can you talk to us? Can you describe your favorite piece of music that you've worked on in the last 2024? Actually, what's your favorite piece of music that you worked on
The
so
favorite
far?
piece of music I worked on would be
Stay tuned for part 2 with El Presto.